Hey y'all, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make two really easy and cute Easter crafts. Both of these have been seen on Pinterest and these are my takes. Hey y'all, alright, so I got a handful of things on this table. And what do we have? I have this flower pot, get out my way. I got this planter flower pot plastic thingy from Dollar Tree. As you can see, it's a 6.25 inch and it's blue. I didn't really see too many other colors, so we're going to use this blue one. I have these felt bunny paws, also from Dollar Tree. Candy jar with the lid from Dollar Tree. Now, where did I find this? This in my store, at least. It was over like in the party supply section, you know, where they have like all the little plastic bowls and disposable cups and things. That's where I found this. Dollar Tree bunny ears. They have a bunch of different colors. I'm going to use blue to sort of kind of go with the planter there. And I also have a roll of this Dollar Tree ribbon. So first things first, let's take off the tape and the labels, because if we don't, the label police will come and they will give us a hard time. So we have to take all this off. All right, that was not nearly as difficult as I had anticipated. So we are basically going to be gluing this onto the bottom of our planter. Now be careful with these lids because they're as loose as my ex-mother-in-law. So we're going to go ahead and take that off while we're working with it. If not, it's just going to fall off. And this is kind of thin plastic. We don't want to risk that breaking. Now this fits perfectly. Let's turn it this way so that you can see better. This fits perfectly. You see? Boink! Down into the little ridge around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the hot glue. Let's get all the drippies off. And I'm just going to go around, working fairly quickly as possible, so that the glue doesn't set up. And I want to put a decent amount on here, okay? Boink! Now we're just going to take this and glue it together like that. And you can already see how this is going to sort of kind of start looking like a little gumball machine. All right. So now I'm going to take this and we're just going to hold it in place just for a few more seconds. That should be good. Okay. Now let's set that up and we'll move it over there. Now for this headband, we need to cut the ears off of it. Oh, look at that one. That one's already kind of flopping around. I had some scissors. Here they are. Here they are. I've got so many crafts going on in this craft room right now. It's unbelievable. So that one was already broken. So there we go. We're just going to break the other one and then cut it off. Ooh. We'll throw that over there because we ain't going to need it. Now we're just going to take these bunny ears and glue them down to the lid. Oh, I didn't realize it had tags on it. Glue them down to the lid. Okay? Like that. So I am just going to put a good amount of glue right here. Okay, now let's get our lid. And I'm going to hold it down like this. Can y'all see? Hold it down like this. And I'm just going to hold that in place until that glue sets up and then glue on the other ear. Okay, so this glue has set up a good bit. I'm just going to move that over there. All right. So now let's come back to this part. Let's lay this down once again so that y'all can get a better look at it. Now I've got these little printed felt bunny paws here. Now, the person that I had mentioned at the beginning of the video, she had some different type of bunny paws, and I'm sorry, they were cute, but they were too small. They were too small for what she was doing, and I thought that these big ones might look better. That one looks a little thin, so let's get another one out here. I thought that these would work better. All right, let's put that somewhere. Now, where did that real thin one go? Get that out of here. Now we're going to glue the little bunny paws. This looks much better. We got these big, huge bunny paws. This looks better than those little tiny ones, in my opinion. Just my opinion. So anyway, I need another glue stick. I have glue and wood stain all over my hands. Okay, so let's hold this just to see where exactly I want these little paws. Now I'm just going to put, this is going to be the side of the paw that faces inside, I guess you could say. I'm just going to put some glue on it like that. Now let's just get this into place. I'm just going to hold that down until that glue sets up. So now this one is going to go here. So we need to put glue, you see? The part that's going to be on the inside, put the glue there. I think there's a fly in here. It's actually kind of warm here today, and I've got the window open. All right. Let's put that down, and then we'll hold this one in place. All right, so I took a length of this ribbon, and the way I did that is I kind of held the ribbon up to it to see about how wide I wanted it, and then I folded it and cut it. Okay, so that looks like this. And then I glued it into a loop. This is basically my easy no-tie bow. I'm just not putting the tails on it, okay? Y'all see me make that bow a whole bunch of times. I'll have a link for you in the description box and in the comments showing how to do it if you want it. But anyway, now that we have a loop of ribbon, this is the seam that's going to go on the back. You're going to bend it forward and then back and then back. And it looks like a little bow tie. And we're going to hold this in place just with a little bit of wired ribbon, floral wire. My goodness. Try to get it as centered as possible. Doesn't have to be perfect. Your crafts don't have to be perfect. Nothing is perfect out here. Just twist that. Get my raggedy wire cutters here, and we're just going to cut that wire. Now I'm going to flatten that down just a little bit, and we'll try to do it without running the wire through my thumb. Watch me maim myself on camera here. Put just a little bit of hot glue there. I'm going to take the end of this ribbon, see just a little strip that I cut. I'm just going to hold that end down right there. Wrap it around. Wrap it around. And then put a bit of glue right here, and then glue your end down. Stop it. Okay. Hold that in place until the glue sets up. Glue it right here between our planter and the candy doohickey. Okay. See? Just going to glue it right there. Try to turn it long ways like this so that y'all can see it better. Okay. And now we're going to let that glue set up. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go get some candy. All right, as far as the candy goes, I tried to get candy that would match my ribbon. I like matchy-matchy stuff. So I got this at Dollar Tree. These little chocolate flavored eggs with all of the pretty different colors of foil on them. Now we're just going to put it in our doohickey here. Can y'all see? I'm just going to pour them all in, and then we will put the lid on. And that will be that. So, hang tight, and I'm going to have a picture for you coming up. All right, y'all. Now what do I have? I got a lot of stuff. I have a bag of Easter eggs from Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree ribbon. Dollar Tree fabric. Now, this came from Joann's. But Dollar Tree does carry a lot of greenery. My Dollar Tree just so happened to not have a whole lot of florals at this exact time. So I got this at Joann's. It was on sale for like 40% off. You're going to need 2 of these Dollar Tree dusters. The microfiber duster mop. And then you're going to need one of these bunny wreath frames. Okay. And of course, right when I start doing something, my dog tries to come in. So I took the labels off of, oh Lord, there's a tag right there. I took the labels off of these duster thingies, and now we're going to glue them onto our frame. You're also going to need some bulky yarn. I think I left that in the car. I'll go get it in a minute. But this is basically going to serve as the beard of your gnome. Now, I'm also going to be extending it up to the top of the ears right here, because when we glue on our fabric, we want to have a little bit of something behind the fabric. If not, you're going to see like the lines of your wreath frame. And so we're basically just going to be using this mop head here for a little bit of extra padding. All right, so let's take this first one here. And I want to put it here so that it's sort of like even with the ears. We don't want to go up too far over the ears because we have to still get our fabric here. And don't worry about if it doesn't cover right here. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just kind of, let's see. That looks good. Let's flip it over. And then we're just going to glue this down. Come on, glue gun. Glue this down. Okay. Just try to get it as smooth and as tight across this ring as you can, okay? Don't want it to be too bulky. Okay, let's pull this over. There we go. Just putting glue here, there, and everywhere. All right, pull that over, and I'm just going to hold this in place just for a minute or so, just to make sure it's good and stuck down. All right, now we're going to take this other duster, and we're going to glue it right across here, okay, across the bottom. So now let's flip that over. Gosh, this moss gets everywhere, I'm telling you. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. Whoopsie doodle. We're going to do the same thing. We're just gluing the tabs over the rim. Kind of hold that in place there. There we go. And just hold that in place until the glue sets up. Okay, now you see this little flap down here? It's not glued down like so. It's just kind of hanging down there. I think I'm going to leave it because that kind of makes the beard come down to a point. So I think I'm going to leave that. Now you're going to need some of this bulky blanket yarn. This is Yarnspirations brand, and I got it at Joann's. Of course, you're not going to use this whole darn thing, but let's take off the label. Oh, for heaven's sake, we're going to take off the darn label. But you can get this kind of big bulky yarn pretty much at any craft store. Walmart also carries their own brand. My Walmart was out. So I'm just going to cut off a long piece here, okay? Now let's get the skein out of the way. And now we're basically just going to wrap the ear wires with this yarn. So I'm going to start on the back. Whoa, would you look at that? Go away. We'll put some glue. Can y'all see? All right. Why do I ask y'all questions? It's like I expect to hear an answer. If I hear an answer, I'm done. I talk to myself and I answer myself. So let's wait for this to stick down. And then we're basically just going to take this yarn and just wrap it around the ear wires all the way around both ears. Okay. So I'm just wrapping. As you can see, this yarn is not as bulky as the yarn that I usually use for projects like this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably wrap these twice. Or if you don't want to wrap them twice, just double up on your yarn, okay? Just double it up and then wrap it with 2 strands. But I've already got started with this single strand. So I'm just going to keep wrapping, and then I will just go back and I'll wrap it twice. So I shall keep on keeping on here. All right, so I'm pretty much done wrapping the ears. Let's see. And now this is where the Easter egg comes in. I'm going to be using Easter eggs in future videos, so that's why I'm going to use one for the nose here. But yeah, I'm going to use this Easter egg here for the nose, and I want to go ahead and get it glued down. Let's see, which way do we want it? I think that'll be fine. I want to go ahead and get it glued down so that when we put the fabric on for the hat, we'll know kind of how far down to bring it. So let's just put a big bunch of hot glue there. Stop! We're just going to glue that down. Okay, let's see. Okay, that looks okay. But now this is the fabric, and I'm going to say this is the first time that I've really used some of this newer fabric from Dollar Tree. I'd gotten some a long time ago, the Easter fabric, and it was kind of thin. But this orange fabric here, this is a lot thicker than what I expected. It is also very wrinkly, so I am going to take this fabric in there, and I'm going to run it through my heat press and get the wrinkles and creases out of it, and then we will put on his hat. All right, so I pretty much have my fabric straightened out now. So we're just going to take, I know this is hard to see because it's kind of wide. I'm just going to take it and just fold a little bit over. We're going to use this sort of like the brim of the hat, okay? I just folded it over a couple times. Let's bring this down. We're going to take this, see, and this is going to be right across the nose. So let's take a look Okay, and we're just going to tuck this around. I'll fix that here in a minute over here. We want to try to get this straight as possible. Okay, that looks okay. And now let's flip it around to the back, and we're just going to glue it down. Trim off some of this extra fabric because we're going to be tucking it around to make it look like a hat. All right, so I think that glue is pretty much set up. Now let's take a look here. Okay, we can see that this is the rounded part of his head. So we want to cut about that much, okay? Because like I said, we're going to be tucking it around and gluing it to the back. So handy dandy scissors here, and let's just trim it down a little bit. So now that we've got that trimmed down, let's take a look and see about where the center is, right about here. Let's turn it this way. I think that'll help. Okay, so we're going to cut it right about here. That's right where the ears are. You see? So that we can tuck the fabric down around the ears. And I'm going to do the same thing right here. Don't cut too far. See how we can just bend the fabric around the ears, and we want to tuck it down so it doesn't look like there's a slit cut there. Just that the little ears are sticking up out of the hat. And I'm going to do it on this side as well. Like that. I'm trying to not pull it too tight because I don't want it squishing down, you know, the fur that we have over there, because then that's going to look funny. Just kind of bringing it up and over just enough to tack it down. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of work my way around because I'm going to be flipping this back and forth just to make sure it looks right on the front. And that's going to take me a minute. Okay, so I think that's pretty straight. Now let's go for some of this greenery here. The one I'd seen in the picture had a different type of greenery, but you know, this is what I could get my little paws on. So this is what we're going to use. They're just going to cut the end off. Come on. There we go. Cut the end off there. Oh, look. It looks like it's missing a leaf right there. So let's cut that off. Boink. And there's a hair. Goodness gracious. All right. So there's this. And I think I'm just going to tuck it down inside the brim of the hat like that. Now let's just put some hot glue here, and we're going to hot glue it down. Okay, and then we'll hold that in place until this glue sets up. So basically, all that I'm doing here now is I made, again, my easy no-tie bow with that ribbon from Dollar Tree. And I just glued it down, and now I'm just holding it in place, waiting for that glue to set up. And I'll straighten out the tails and everything here in a minute. And I'll finish fluffing it out. Make sure it's not covering up the nose. And that is that. See, just going to hold it in place here just for a few more minutes. But yeah. So you've already seen it at the beginning of the video, but I'm going to have another photo popping up for you here just in a second. But if you would, please give this video a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.